Hey, this is Amulet from DifferenceInSkills, and I'm bringing you a deck profile Bermuda triangle. And as you can see, I'm bringing you this time around, I'm bringing you the Riviere build. So obviously starter Riviere, and this is the ride chain unit going level 1, 2, 3, and the end result, if you get all ride chain on successful timing, you get a +3, because when the grade 1 rides on the grade 0, you get to top 7 and search for one of these and add them to your hand. So afterwards, if you ride the grade 2 on top, you get to draw a card, and that's the same with the grade 3. And she becomes 11k, so that's a good number as a Vanguard. So I will start with the grade 1s. So to begin with, 4 Rivieres, and this is just for consistency issues, so not much to be said there. You basically have to draw one on your first turn or not, or top it if you want to get your ride chain going. And second of all, you can probably see that 4 8k boosters, pretty standard. If you don't get your grade 1, you probably maybe want to ride this. And then we have 4 perfect guards, which is pretty standard as well. And I have 3 Purre, one of the Pearl sisters. So yeah, this is just for adding some, well, this is kind of like the tech of this deck, where anything other than the Riviere, there's some effects going on to help you +1. So there's a bit of a pressure going on, as oh, I forgot to mention, but the grade 3 has a Persona Blast, and her Persona Blast is the same as Soul Savior Dragon. You can select 3 cards and give them 5k boost, so that's pretty dangerous for your opponent. And basically what the Pearl Sister does is that it just adds a bit of pressure into how your opponent wants to block, because now there's some pressure on the rear guards as well as the Vanguard with hit effects going on. So moving on with grade 2s, I have 4 level 2 Rivieres. I mean, this is not a Riviere, but how unprofessional. 4 Rivieres, and then yeah, I don't really need to explain this. You all ride this for sure. In fact, even if you don't have the grade 1, you would really want to ride this, because without this in your soul, your grade 3 actually does not become 11k. So even if you don't get a +1, it's best for this deck to ride this as the Vanguard. Oh yeah, she does become a 10k if you have the level 1 version in the soul. Similar with the level 1 being an 8k if they have the level 0 in the soul, which is always. So spoilers ahead already. 3 flutes. And basically this is just for this just helps hit magic numbers a bit better, because about 50% of the grade 1 lineup are 7k's booster. So this, when there are 4 other Bermuda triangles, she becomes an 11k beater. So it's good to hit numbers like 18 with a 7k boosters. And the reason why I don't run 4 is because you basically need a full field to actually get her effect going. So, which is not always giving so it's not always to your advantage, because if you put a 7k behind it without a full field, it does become a 15. So if your opponent's Vanguard is 11k or higher, then you're not hitting magic numbers anymore with 7k. And then I have 4 Pearl, the other half of Pearl Sisters. And yeah, so basically run 4 just to get a higher chance of getting my effects going. The reason why I don't run 4 of the level 1 version is because I don't really have the space to fit this in. I could take out a perfect guard, but I don't recommend it because with plus 3 in general with this deck, you probably have enough hand advantage to actually use your perfect guards properly. And I wouldn't take out the AKs as well because I don't have there's no conditions for these, and these will always be AK boosts, so they're always good. And obviously not the level 1 Riviere, as I need them for the ride chain. That's my reasoning. I would actually consider running top idle Aqua over these because that's 10k beater. Just because if you ever miss this, at least you have a. Oh, actually, let's say if this was not in your hand and you had to ride a level 2, it's probably better to ride Aqua, she being a 10k Vanguard, versus riding an 8k Flute or a 9k Pearl. It just makes defending on the second turn a lot easier if you have a 10k Vanguard. So going on. So of course, for I don't even know what she's called. I think it's top idle Riviere. So 4, because she's the ace of this card, and as well as her Persona Blast ability, you need to ditch a copy of this. So run 4 for consistency. Not much to be said there. She will become 11k, good card. And then I have 3 Senna, and basically her effect is I can counter boss 1 and have her gain 3k during this turn. And this is pretty good for this deck, seeing as first of all, it's very counter blast friendly. I mean, Riviere is probably the only card that uses counter blast in this whole deck, and it only takes 2, assuming you manage to pull off the Persona Blast already. So this counter blast 1, you have a lot of damage to spare to use this. If you have an 8k behind this, you're hitting 21, and that gives you your magic number. So yeah, that's more about the lineup of this deck. So the triggers going I have 4 heal triggers, no surprise there. 4 draw triggers, get your copies of your Riviere, crits, and 4 more crits. So 8 crits, 4 draw, and 4 heal. Pretty standard. I pretty much use this trigger lineup for every deck. So some problems I can list out with this deck is that if you don't get the right chain, you're now a 10k beater. Although you do have your Persona Blast, so it's not too bad. Second of all, grade 2. Just about the entire lineup is not 10k, which is very bad if you miss your ride chain, especially for her. If you don't miss your ride chain, then that's good, because this is a 10k, and you get a card for free. So a little weak on the grade 2 side, so while you're on grade 2, if you don't have the ride chain going, it's gonna be a bit tough. And of course, this card being a little conditional could be a drawback sometimes if you don't have a full field. And also the inability for this to hit magic numbers. The highest this can. Okay, assuming if you're going against just 10k and 11k Vanguards, then there isn't really much of an issue. But the big problem is if you're going against, say, Overlord DN, then you can't hit numbers high enough to actually pressure them, because 17 is the max you can hit with unless you get a trigger, because I can only put a 8k behind her to give her maximum power. So not so good. Still well against Majesty's. Majesty Lord Waster, because you can hit 17. And so yeah, basically this deck, the other weakness is if you miss your ride chain, not good, because there's no other ways to get the level 2 or the level 1 into the soul. Besides, she can do it, but only when her effect is active. And as some people might know, this effect only activates once when she's called on. So if the attack didn't hit, you would have to actually play this again in some manner. Like, normally, if this hits, you can bounce this card back to your hand and you can play it again and do it all over again next turn and apply more pressure. But if she's stuck on the field, then you don't really have a choice but to play another one on the field, unless this hits the Vanguard at some point and you can bounce her back. But basically, back to the soul charge part is that if you miss the ride chain and you need the level 2 or the level 1 in the soul, this is your only hope, and you basically have to sack one into the soul. Well, that is pretty much all about the Riviere deck, and I will probably be not uploading some videos for the next 2 weeks because I am kind of going on vacation. And well, not exactly a vacation, more like I'll be going on a training journey. Oh, yes, ignore the doll that sits over there and the stuff and more stuff. So yeah, on the TV I have Persona, and I'll be training under a waterfall or something for 2 weeks. But I'll be back for qualifiers, and I'll probably talk something about the qualifiers when it comes a bit closer. So bye.